Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Rick9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about Gilligan's Island. It's been a while since I talked about one of my favorite shows from the 1960s. More specifically, I'm going to be talking about an episode which is my personal favorite and some of the favorites of many of the actors on the show. It's from season 2. Episode 4 is called Smile, You're on Mars Camera. But before we get to that, I will be giving away the entire Gilligan's Island Season 2 DVD set with all the episodes from that season. How do you win? Well, you have to watch the entire episode and I'll let you know. Now, even though we look at this episode and we can completely enjoy it with all the hilarity that ensues, it is not easy to make a 27-minute episode for us to enjoy. Now, as I mentioned, this is from Season 2, Episode 4, Smile, You're on Mars Camera. Now, in this one, chicken people are believed to be on Mars. Yes, that's right. It's a ridiculous premise, but it just works for the show so well. Now, a misfired Mars probe hits the island, sending back images of Gilligan's Island to space control, and they see the entire castaways in these feathers, or they're all tarred up with all these feathers and glue, and it's hilarious. They're running around and they think that these are live images from Mars. It's, like I said, one of my favorites, probably one that you have enjoyed as well. And it wasn't just your favorite or my favorite, but Bob Denver's as well. Now, Bob Denver, of course, played Gilligan on Gilligan's Island. And taking a look at this episode a little closer, Gilligan is told to collect feathers so he can make a pillow for Lovey Hal. This is sent by Mr. Hal, of course. Now, a huge pile of the rejected feathers is kept in the supply hut, of course, in secret. Now, this space probe that I mentioned was equipped with this pretty primitive television camera, and it lands outside the hut area instead of on Mars, which was the original goal. Now, the professor hears on the radio that the camera is going to be turned on. So this is a chance for them to get rescued, of course, like every other episode. Now, it can't be Gilligan's Island without him tripping and breaking the lens of the camera. So they make glue from tree sap that was seen in another episode as well. They use similar type glue from this tree, and Gilligan brews a big pot of it and puts a lid on. Of course, it explodes, covering everyone with massive amounts of glue. So they chase him into that supply hut, remember, where they had those rejected pile of feathers, and boom, they had instant chicken people. Now, the visuals were amazing, and the TV camera caught it, the TV camera on the rover, that is, or on that probe, and the scientists couldn't believe what they were seeing. Gilligan, of course, breaks the camera again, and everybody chases him into the jungle. That's how the episode ends. Now, in regards to what was happening behind the scenes, the head honcho executives thought that there weren't enough feathers on the cast during that scene. So you could even tell through the feathers that they were still human. So they shot it again. This was the second time they shot the scene from beginning to end, and they did it. They looked at it for the second time and they thought, you know what? There's still not enough feathers. Now, one can imagine that filming the scene with glue and all these crazy feathers, it might have been fun doing it the first time, but not the third time. And that's when the cast themselves began to get a little bit annoyed. So what they did was they got the feathers and they stitched them to essentially every square inch of clothing, and glued on any piece of skin, they attached some feathers as well. It felt to them like they were walking around inside a pillow. That's at least what Bob Denver said. But when the network finally looked at it for the third time, they gave it their okay. And let me tell you, it looked fantastic. In fact, what they had to do, they had kind of a bulky suit, a bulky fabric. And when they attached the feathers to it, that dark suit made it look like there was more feathers than there actually was. It was a pretty cool trick to the eye, but if you look at it pretty much in high definition, it's easier to be able to know. Now, before I end the video, guys and gals, I know all of you want to know how to win the Season 2 DVD set. It's very simple. Just make sure that you hit that red subscribe button. If you're already a subscriber from before, you don't need to subscribe again. You only need to subscribe once. But go ahead and press the like, thumbs up video to be considered as well, and leave a comment down below. Chicken people, that is the word that needs to be in your comment, or the phrase, that is, chicken people anywhere, and leave any comment that you liked with those 2 words, chicken people. And finally, there's a link in the description. Click on that and I can know just some of your info so I can send your DVD. Afterwards, I will pick a winner, announce it on here in the YouTube status page. And that's it, guys and gals. I'll deliver it to you free of charge through the mail. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Good luck to all the participants, and most importantly, be hopeful. Thank you so much to all my supporters on Patreon, especially my Diamond tier patrons: Tommy G, Citizen Kane 359, Grace U, Sally N, David D, and Ricky. You can find exclusive content on Patreon at different tiers. Go ahead and check it out, and thank you so much.